Good afternoon, viewers in Indonesia and Singapore. Market Headlines is ready to provide you a number of informations from the business, economic, and capital market sectors. With me, Wicky Adrian. This is Market Headlines. The Ministry of Finance estimates that economic growth in the first half of 2021 can reach 4.5 to 5.5%. This estimation can be achieved if COVID-19 control and vaccination can go as expected.
The Finance Ministry ensures that the government's program to restore the economy has had a positive impact. The Finance Minister said that in her capacity to measure the economy in 2021, she believes that the economy will gradually recover soon. In the 2021 economic growth projection, the Minister of Finance said that economic growth in the first half of 2021 will be able to grow in the range of 4.5 to 5.5%. This range is estimated to be included in the recovery scheme taught by the government, on condition that the handling of COVID-19 and vaccinations is ongoing according to expectations.
Tahun ini 2021 diperkirakan akan mulai terjadi pemulihan ekonomi. Tentu ini sangat tergantung bagaimana momentum pemulihan yang sedang terjadi akan bisa terus dijaga tanpa menyebabkan penyebaran COVID dan terutama juga dari sisi vaksinasi yang bisa berhasil menahan penyebaran COVID ini. Indikator ekonomi sebetulnya sudah mulai menunjukkan adanya pemulihan.
The government ensures that the economy will be more positive and will be able to reach 5% throughout 2021. But a number of challenges still have to be overcome, especially ensuring that the spread of COVID-19 can be handled and vaccines that have been imported by the government. Jakarta, Raharjo Patmo for IDX Channel.
The Indonesian government is aiming for 7 million foreign tourist visits by 2021. To achieve this target, the government will focus on 5 super priority destinations and strengthen tourism promotion by utilizing digital technology.
The tourism and creative economy sectors were affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. This can be seen from the number of foreign tourist visits to Indonesia, which experienced a drastic decline in last year. For that, the Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy, Sandiaga Uno, said that the ministry had adjusted the projections for foreign tourist visits in 2021 by 4 to 7 million foreign tourists. To pursue foreign tourist visits this year, the ministry would focus on completing infrastructure development, especially in 5 super priority destinations, namely Lake Toba, Borobudur, Mandalika, Labuan Bajo, and Likupang. The ministry would also strengthen 3A tourism facilities, attractions, amenities, and accessibility. In addition, to encourage investment in the tourism sector and strengthening tourism promotion by optimally utilizing digital technology.
Sekarang dengan COVID seperti ini, apalagi sekarang bordernya ditutup, tentunya kita harus lebih realistis. Nah, itu target yang sudah teman-teman canangkan sebagai target, mudah-mudahan skenario terbaik. Tapi kita juga lagi siapkan sekarang beberapa skenario dan kita ingin ke depan itu bukan hanya kuantitas, tapi kualitas dari wisatawan baik dalam negeri maupun wisatawan internasional, wisatawan mancanegara dan wisatawan Nusantara ini. Sekarang kita fokusnya di wisatawan Nusantara agar mereka bisa juga mengapresiasi destinasi-destinasi wisata dalam negeri.
Sandiaga added that the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy will continue to improve the quality of enforcement of health protocols in tourism attractions so that tourists can feel safe when traveling. From Jakarta, Prisa Ayu, Zulkifli for IDX Channel.
Citing the important yet fragile social protection program, Presiden Joko Widodo ordered the National Development Planning Agency to restructure the social protection system.
Head of National Development Planning Agency, Suharso Monoarfa, said that his party was assigned by the president to restructure the social protection system. His party will integrate the existing system so the distributions of the social protection programs can run effectively. One of the highlights is about the digital pace. Furthermore, National Development Planning Agency will re-examine the social assistance program at various ministries. This is to determine the effectiveness of social assistance and social security distribution.
Agar menjadi efektif dan bisa kita satu padukan, kita kumpulkan untuk hanya beberapa program strategis dalam rangka bantuan sosial. Jadi bantuan sosial itu supaya efektif, bagaimana caranya program-program yang tersedia di berbagai kementerian dan lembaga itu kita uji kembali mengenai kesahihannya sampai tingkat seperti apa. Jadi Bappenas ditugaskan oleh Bapak Presiden untuk
Suharto stated that the goal of the Social Protections Program is to reduce the level of poverty, especially at the lowest level, namely extreme poverty. He said that Indonesia's current extreme poverty was at the rate of 2.5 up to 3%. According to him, President Jokowi sets a target of the number of poor people in the country to touch 0% in 2024. Currently, the poor group is in the range of 2.5 up to 3% of the total populations of Indonesia. From Jakarta, Adi Firmansyah for IDX Channel.
Government keeps continue to allocate much funds in overcoming situations that adversely affect Indonesians' well-being through social protection program. Even though it is urgent from economic observers' point of view, there are a lot of issues to be tackled from downstream to upstream level.
The government continues its social protections program for people affected by COVID-19 pandemic. This assistance is provided in the form of cash, basic necessities, and training to improve the quality of human resources. Economic observer from IndiHome, Eko Listianto, warmly welcomed such good deeds. However, he addressed there are a lot of issues to be tackled, from the downstream to the upstream level regarding the assistance of distributions.
Perlu dilakukan upaya untuk memperbaiki sisi governance-nya secara keseluruhan. Baik dalam bentuk yang pertama adalah bagaimana kemudian mekanisme penyaluran itu benar-benar memastikan bahwa di level hilir ya itu benar-benar orang yang dapat dan benar-benar bantuan tersebut digunakan untuk mencukupi kebutuhan pokok mereka begitu ya, supaya mereka tetap sehat, supaya mereka tetap bisa hidup dengan layak begitu, dan tidak digunakan untuk hal-hal yang sifatnya kebutuhan tersier, katakanlah begitu.
The observer assessed the issue as a part of urgency. It is expected that the distributions of social assistance is not undercut. From Jakarta, Adi Firmansyah for IDX Channel.
Market Lens will be right back after the break. Stay tuned.
Pergerakan indeks harga saham gabungan sepanjang perdagangan hari ini tertekan, level 5 ribuan kembali ditinggalkan. Bagaimana analisis Anda?
Masih ada peluang turun lebih lanjut. Kalau misalkan regionalnya memerah, nah maka tidak tentu kemungkinan kita juga akan ketularan kan.
Dan beberapa perbankan yang diduga melakukan transaksi mencurigakan, dan semoga bisa menjadi salah satu referensi untuk Anda dan seperti apa ke depannya.
Kementerian Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif telah menyiapkan 3 program yang menjadi langkah awal untuk membangkitkan pariwisata di tahun 2021.
Pemerintah menegaskan tetap fokus pada aspek kesehatan masyarakat.
Saya
Saya Prisa Sombo membawakan program berita News Screen yang menghadirkan informasi seputar ekonomi maupun juga bisnis dari dalam negeri.
Senang sekali saya David San Oval dan dapat hadir menemani Anda dalam program spesial dialog webinar on TV.
Setiap minggunya kita akan membahas tema-tema yang sangat menarik. Apa kabar ibu-ibu sekalian?
Alhamdulillah baik.
Salah satu ambisi daripada Kementerian Koperasi dan UMKM bersama Smesco adalah koperasi keren, baru, digital gitu kan, yang kita bisa IT.
Welcome back. The world has been questioning, where is Jack Ma? It has been 2 months. Jack Ma, Chinese billionaire Alibaba's founder, went missing. Many people linked his disappearance with Chinese government's crackdown on Alibaba and Ant Group.
In the 3 decades since he founded e-commerce Alibaba Group, Jack Ma has revealed his identity as China's #1 billionaire. However, it has been 2 months since he went missing. Jack Ma hadn't been publicly seen in 2 months since Chinese regulators pulled his fintech firm Antigro's monster $37 billion IPO in early November. Reuters previously reported that Jack Ma could have been redirected to lay low due to China's regulatory crackdown. Alibaba, the business giant, is not only an e-commerce company. This company had entered into various business lines such as finance and logistics. In fact, the tracks are already in various other countries, including Indonesia. However, marketing observer from Inventor Yuswo Hadi said that the problem that hit Alibaba in management would not have had a major impact on the investment that has been made in Indonesia. This is because now Alibaba is under Daniel Zhang directions, which is the new CEO. From all sources, IDX Channel.
One of Crazy Rich Asia, Jack Ma, has stolen the spotlight in recent months. Chinese billionaire has not been seen publicly for at least 2 months, and many are concerned that Jack Ma may be missing. His disappearance comes after he was slapped by Chinese regulators following a failed IPO listing late last year. To examine more, here's a timeline of Jack Ma when he was last seen. October 24th appeared at a public forum in Shanghai and criticized China's financial system. By November 2nd, Ma was called into a closed-door meeting with Chinese financial regulators regarding the previous critics. November 3rd, China's government halted the initial public offering of Ant Group on the Chinese and Hong Kong exchanges. And let's start from when the controversy began. October 24th, 2020, at a business conference in Shanghai, Jack Ma criticized the Chinese regulators and state-run banks for hampering the opportunities. In his speech, he added that many reforms should be brought in the current system. Not long enough, November 2nd, Jack Ma was called into a closed-door meeting with Chinese financial regulators regarding the previous comment. Well, the China government doesn't really tolerate criticism. And in the past, we have seen many instances when politicians, journalists, scientists question the China government and then face the consequences. And now China's leading billionaire too made the same. But the consequence was a real deal though. The next day, the Shanghai and Hong Kong Stock Exchange have suspended Ant Group IPO of $39.7 billion US. Also in the last 2 months or so, Jack Ma has lost over 10 million and eventually he was dethroned as Asia's richest man. As the world was shaking because the Chinese regulators' decision, let's see more in the next graphic. This is also another timeline of Jack Ma's less known whereabouts. Chinese regulator warns public about e-commerce platform monopoly on November 10th. And December 24th, Chinese regulators officially conducted investigation to Alibaba's monopoly practices. December 27th, Ant Group and Chinese regulator met And December 31st, Jack Ma failed to appear as judge on talent show he created named Africa's Business Heroes. Things got so intense on December 24th. The State Market Supervision Administration said it had filed an investigation into Alibaba Group Holding Ltd over suspected monopolistic practices. The nightmare for Jack Ma continued as Alibaba shares tumbled 5.48% on the news shortly after the Hong Kong Stock Exchange opened in the next day. However, by December 27th, Ant Group and regulators met. Ant Group said it would diligently study and strictly comply with regulatory departments' requests, but still there was no sign of over. Things got so obvious when Jack Ma had failed to turn up for a recent taping of Africa's Business Heroes, a TV program he created and was known to be passionate about. Analysts, investors, and the financial press began to wonder, where is Jack Ma? Alibaba spokesperson told that Jack Ma couldn't attend the taping of Africa's Business Heroes because of a schedule conflict. But was it? People wonder why. Whatever is happening now is clearly out of the ordinary. Whatever the reason for Jack Ma's absence from the public eye, we hope that his disappearance is for greater good. Alibaba, the business giant, is not just an e-commerce company. This company has entered into various business lines such as finance and logistics. In fact, the tracks are already in various other countries, including Indonesia. Let's see his business involvement in Indonesia through the next graphic. This is Jack Ma's business involvement in Indonesia as shareholders in Tokopedia. And he is also a shareholder for Lazada. And he also involving himself in collaboration with JNT Express, and he is also, or he was also invested his investment to True Money. And marketing observer from Inventor Yuswo Hadi said the problems that hit Alibaba in management would not have had a major impact on the investment that has been made in Indonesia. This is because now Alibaba is under Daniel Zhang direction, which is the new CEO. As he has close relation to Indonesia, he has done many things to support Indonesian other than in terms of business. He also promises several things as a form of his dedication to Indonesia. So what are promises has Jack Ma made to Indonesia? Let's see it through the next graphic. This is Jack Ma's collaboration promise to Indonesia. The first one will develop digital economy human resource designed through Alibaba, will build a technology-based school in Indonesia through Alibaba, and Jack Ma targets to produce 1,000 technology leaders in Indonesia. Indeed, Jack Ma has a warm relationship with Indonesia. Even at the start of the pandemic, the Jack Ma Foundation and the Alibaba Foundation donated medical supplies to 4 countries in Southeast Asia, including Indonesia. And back again, whatever happens to Jack Ma, we hope that he is okay. Many people make Jack Ma for inspiration, and over the years, he has shared his thoughts on leadership, success, and education. So viewers, I would like to end this segment with Jack Ma's wise quote. Today is difficult, tomorrow much more difficult, but the day after tomorrow is beautiful. Stay tuned on Market Headlines because we'll be right back after the break.
Saya kedatangan tamu nih, kasih ide dari pesantren. Bilang kenapa sih kita nggak buat suatu kosmetik yang islami, bagus, harganya bersaing. Sebetulnya usaha ini sukses bukan karena saya ya. Usaha sukses kan karena karyawan saya. Tahun 90 saya dapat cobaan lah ya, ujian dari Allah, kebakar habis, minus. Kenapa saya bisa bangkit kembali? Yang saya pikirkan nasib karyawan.
And we're on the last segment. At the Jakarta Composite Index intraday movement earlier today, JCI was open at the level of 6,139.14. Then approaching the closing time of the session, the index was on the level of 6,088.37. Then the index was showing weakening trend by the second session closing time. Index was closed at the level of 6,065.68. In short, JCI went down 1.29%. And next, we're going to see the sectoral movement leading the dynamics of today's trading. We got infrastructure as the leader of the weakening trend. That went down 2.09%. Finance went down 1.31%. Consumer goods went down 1.29%. And mining went down 1.18%. And moving on to top gainers and top losers, here are the key highlights from today's trading session. WSKT went up 10.3% to the level of 1,660 per share. Bursa went up 6.81% to the level of 2,510 per share. IRA went up 8.02% to the level of 2,290 per share. Agro went up 9.13% to the level of 1,135 per share. And meantime, the top losers for today's trading, we got BBCA went down 2.05% to the level of 34,725 rupiah per share. Telkom went down 2.88% to the level of 3,370 rupiah per share. KF went down 5.17% to the level of 4,860 rupiah per share. And Pegas went down 2.5% to the level of 1,560 rupiah per share. And we're going to see the intraday movement of rupiah towards US dollar. Open at the level of 13,926. Rupiah was also showing strengthening trend towards US dollar. It was closed at the level of 13,881. In summary, rupiah went up 0.54%. Wijaya Karya is pursuing 40 trillion rupiah new contracts in 2021. On the other hand, the company is also targeting to finish 3 ongoing projects this year.
Wijaya Karya is pursuing 40 trillion rupiah new contracts in 2021. Wijaya Karya Corporate Secretary Mahendra Vijaya said that the target is above the company's contract realization in 2020, as much as 23 trillion rupiah. In 2021, the company is also targeting to finish 3 ongoing projects, which are MRT station in Taiwan, construction and commissioning TSL furnace or smelt, and EPX ammonium nitrate project. Look at the previous year, Wika has successfully obtained big projects, including processing and refinery factory of nickel RKEF with total contract value of 2.8 trillion rupiah and 180.39 million US dollar. Wika also obtained Serang Panimbang Toll Road development of 398 billion rupiah and Amero Road Dam project in Southeast Sulawesi of 538 billion rupiah. In the last year, the company's new contracts were dominated by infrastructure, building, energy and industrial plant. From all sources, for IDX Channel.
Perusahaan gas negara was dragged into a tax dispute case with the Directorate General of Taxes. This dispute occurred over transactions in 2012 and 2013 tax years and made the company potentially pay principal and fines of 3.06 trillion rupiah.
Perusahaan Gas Negara or PGN was dragged into a tax dispute case with the Directorate General of Taxes. This dispute occurred over transactions in the 2012 and 2013 tax years. PGN Corporate Secretary Rahmat Hutama explained that this dispute had been reported in the notes to the company's financial statements as of December 2017. Facing the problem of tax disputes, Rahmat explained that finally the company filed an objection to the taxes that were collected in 2017. However, the DGT rejected the request. Then the company in 2018 filed an appeal remedy through the tax court. And in the 2019, the tax court decided to grant all of the company's appeal requests and cancel the DGT's decision. However, on the decision of the tax court, in 2019, the DGT filed another judicial review to the Supreme Court. DGT's effort to submit judicial review resulted in 30 Supreme Court decisions, which the judicial review has been approved with a dispute value of 3.06 trillion rupiah. For this decision, perusahaan gas negara has the potential to pay the principal disputes of 3.06 trillion rupiah plus potential fines. From all sources, for IDX Channel.
Krakatau Steel has received government investment fund in National Economic Recovery Program through convertible bond issuance as much as 2.2 trillion rupiah in last December of 2020.
Krakatau Steel has received government investment fund in National Economic Recovery Program as much as 2.2 trillion rupiah in last December of 2020. The fund was obtained after the signing of convertible bond agreement between Krakatau Steel and Sarana Multi Infrastruktur as the executor of government investment. Moreover, Krakatau Steel will receive the other 800 billion rupiah fund in December 2021. Cumulatively, total fund is 3 trillion rupiah. Meantime, the government support for Krakatau Steel through National Economic Recovery Program is believed to provide more flexibility for the company to increase raw material stocks in downstream industry and national steel users industry. Krakatau Steel President Director Silmi Karim affirmed that the company appreciates all government strategic steps to always maintain the national economy, especially by maintaining the national economic recovery in supporting the mitigation system as impact of COVID-19 pandemic. From all sources, for IDX Channel.
And the news close our market headlines today. Please enjoy our next program on IDX Channel, Your Trustworthy Economic, Business and Capital Market Channel. I'm Wicky Adrian. Have a nice evening and stay safe.
Prisa Sombo membawakan program berita News Screen yang menghadirkan informasi seputar ekonomi maupun juga bisnis dari dalam negeri.
Halo Pak Akbar, pemirsa, senang sekali saya Wicky Adrian kembali menjumpai Anda dalam Momen Stock edisi spesial. Kali ini saya sedang berada di Sarinah Department Store, badan usaha milik negara yang bergerak di sektor retail. Nah, kali ini saya akan berbincang bersama Direktur Retail PT Sarinah Persero untuk mengetahui bagaimana proyeksi Sarinah ke depan. Pemirsa, inilah Momen Stock selengkapnya.
Halo, saya Lis Permana Lestari, Direktur Retail PT Sarinah Persero. Saya mengawali karir saya di BUMN tahun 2000 dan memang saya sudah 18 tahun di BUMN. BUMN pertama saya bekerja di PNM, PT Permodalan Nasional Madani, selama 10 tahun. Kemudian